Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Clickbait Coffee. It is a cold 15 degrees this morning. Not inside. Luckily, it's 68 inside today, or released right now. We're going to let YouTube and StreamYard and all that stuff catch up. Greg New was the first one in here. First in, last out. Good morning, Greg. Dana Russell from Russell Homestead. She jumped in here right before I went live. Good morning, Dana. What are you working on today, Dana? I hope you're not outside doing much. I've got some stuff to do outside here in a little while. But Homestead twins are here. Good morning. Chantel is here. Good morning. It was a cold one at my place. Oh, crap. 8 degrees this morning. It was 11 when I got up a little while ago, and then it said 15 right now. So it is stinking cold. I am not excited about it. And Miss Sharon's here. Good morning, Miss Sharon. Swackham is here too. Guys, it's going to be a cold day, and we're going to talk about the winter storm prep and all the stuff that's coming. I've been glancing at it and everything and seeing what's going on. They say it's still, Stephanie, good morning. They say it's still, variable on which way it's going to track and that kind of stuff. But I mean, we're sitting here at Tuesday. It's supposed to come in, at least in Bowling Green and where I'm at, it's supposed to come in like Friday night. So you still got plenty of time to prepare. So don't freak out about that. And I mean, that's the nice thing about some of these storms is you got plenty of time to prepare for it. It's not like a tornado that's just going to just jump in and just be like, boom, we're going to take everything you got. We got plenty of time, nothing to freak out about. So we're not going to do the fear porn on this. We're just going to be like, hey, this thing's coming. We're not regurgitating the news and making everybody scared. It's like, hey, this thing's coming. Let's do some stuff that we probably should do already and stuff like that. So that's what we're going to cover. Let me see. Homestead twins, delayed start at my regular job, currently -8 and the wind chill of 23. That is cold. You can keep that stuff there. Like 15, what it is right now, is cool enough for me. And Homestead twins, Friday high temp of -3, lows -20 actual temp. That sounds like suckfest. I have no desire to live in Michigan, just whatsoever. It gets cold enough here for me, and I'm like, I hope this snow comes through, and we get a ton of snow dumped on us. The kids get to sled. We get to play out in it for a little while, and then in like 2 days, it's gone. That's what I hope. And Dana said the chores outside are done. Everyone fed. Today, hooking up the wood-burning stove in the greenhouse and bringing wood up to stack. That'll be good. I'd like to know how good that wood stove does in your greenhouse, Dana. When I get my greenhouse finished, I'm thinking about putting a wood stove in there. I've got a wood stove that I can use for it. It's an older one, so I'm thinking about sticking one of those jokers in there just to see how it'll do. Honey Hollow Homestead. It was 6 degrees at my place this morning. Get ready to run out. Wished I could stay. Thinking about what I need to prep for the storm and the following bitter cold. Yeah, we're going to run over all that kind of fun stuff. So it's going to be a good show. There's some stuff that I need to do that I'm going to do after the live and get some stuff ready to go. Melanie's here. Good morning from Tundra, Indiana. 5 degrees and it feels like -6. It's going to be cold, guys. So was that the greenhouse you're making with the old windows? Yes, that's the greenhouse. I have not got that thing all the way done. It's stupid between all the work businesses and all this crap. It's just like finding time to get everything done. I could wrap it up pretty quick, but it's just like, man, I've got other stuff to do that's more pressing issues. So maybe I'll take a week off and finish that thing up. But it will get done eventually. And at least my wife is not fussed about it yet. I'm surprised she hadn't fussed. But once she starts fussing, I know I'm way behind on that. So, but hey, we've got Homestead Meetup is going to be January 31st. It's looking like, honestly, it's looking like there's probably going to be people that have signed up on the website. There's somewhere around 30 So we're probably looking between 30 and 40 people coming to this thing. So I'm excited about that. Shelly and I were talking last night, and she's like, how many people have signed up on the site? And I told her, and she's like, well, that doesn't even include so-and-so and so-and-so. They signed up. And I was like, no. And she's like, well, crap, there's going to be a bunch of people. I would love if we got 50 people there. So if you're anywhere around Kentucky, I mean, we've got people from Indiana, Ohio, Tennessee, and Kentucky coming. So if you're anywhere around within driving distance, get your butt up here. It's going to be fun. Dana is going to be doing a fermentation workshop and showing people about doing fermented food, that kind of stuff. It's going to be pretty cool. I'm interested in that. Shelly said she went over to Dana's the other day and hung out, and we're talking about all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. And then Josh Garman is one of Shelly's son-in-laws. He's going to be doing winemaking, and apparently they're going to show you how to make brandy too. So Shelly sprung that on me, and I'm like, hey, that sounds cool. Cugby Farmer, good morning. And so we're going to do that. Bring a covered dish. We're going to have a potluck lunch, hang out, and do all kinds of fun stuff. Just sit down and meet people, learn some stuff. And I'm excited. I like the Homestead meetups. They're relatively easy to plan, and they're free for everybody. And it's a good Saturday just hanging out. And Dana says, I have 8 to 10 more old windows if you need them for the greenhouse or as a cold frame. I think I've got enough, but I'm not 100% sure. There's a lady down in Gallatin. Her husband does replacement windows, and he keeps all of them. And I went to this lady's garage. She had everything sorted and had taken like a paint marker and wrote the size on all of them. And I was like, you could just go through and look. And I'm like, dang, this lady had like a 2-car garage full of windows when I was down there. I was like, this is crazy. So, but I will look, Dana, and if I don't have enough, I will call you. Then Stephanie said, picked up an adapter and a fan for our Mr. Buddy heater and extra fuel. We tend to lose power frequently when there's ice. Have cooking covered. Yeah, those little Buddy heaters are awesome. I've got 2 of the smaller ones and then one of the bigger ones. And I'll tell you, the best thing you can do for those Buddy heaters is get the filter and the longer hose to where you can put it on a 20-pound propane tank. That is a game changer, because those little ones, I got one of those little ones for when we go hunting, and I just screw the little 1-pound bottle on, and they do decent for hunting. But if you're going to run it any length of time, those 20-pound cylinders, or you can put the bigger, bigger cylinders. You're not just limited to the 20-pounders. But I used to use one of those when I was doing everything in the shop in my office down there. I would fire one of those up in the winter, and it would darn near run you out of that little 10-by-10 office. So look at getting one of those. I guarantee you could order it off Amazon and have it here today or tomorrow. And Swackum, I was getting ready to suggest the filter and the hose for the 20-pound. That's awesome. And I tell you what, I had, yesterday, talking about heaters, I was down at the shop, our bleeding control kits. These wonderful things right here that people are flying off the shelves. I've got to pack some more of those jokers. But we use my VacMaster chamber sealer to seal those. So I had a few of them that I needed to put together. So I put them together, and I was going to run down to the shop and seal it. It was so cold in the shop because I hadn't been down there in a few days and had any heat or anything on. My VacMaster, I've got to change the oil in it and put the winter oil in it. I went to seal one of those. The oil was so cold it wouldn't circulate. And I was like, oh, crap. So I had to take one of my heaters sitting down there, my little buddies, set it right by the machine and just crank it up. And I set maybe 15 minutes to where it finally got warm enough that the oil would cycle through there. So I did that. I was like, hey, I got the thing. Let's hook it up, roll with it. So after 15 minutes, the oil got warm enough and it would actually work and seal the bags. So, also, we'll get all this fun stuff out of the way. We've still got the pig class, the pig processing class. That is going to be March 21st. That's going to be here at my place. Tickets are $200 a piece, or $375 for a couple if you use the code KSLPIG. So use that code if you and your wife or your husband's going to come. Use that code. It'll save you $25. We're going to show you how to take that pig from start to finish. I mean, it's going to be alive and breathing that morning. It's going to be in chamber seal bags, ready for freezer camp in the afternoon. We'll show you how to grind a sausage, how to start curing your bacon, and all that good stuff with it. The sheep class, we've got the sheep class. That's going to be April 11th. And the code for that is KSL Sheep. Tickets are $200. Same price for the tickets, or $375 for a couple. So that'll save you a little bit of money. And then also the radio class is finally set in stone. That class is going to be in Bowling Green. Brian and Susan from S&B Homestead Radio are coming up, and that is going to be May 30th. We're going to go over UHF, VHF, HF frequencies, when to use those, how to set up your radios, when to use those, alternate power supplies, your antennas. We're going to do some expedited antennas, and Brian and Susan are going to teach you, some theory on it, but a lot of it's going to be practical applications of like, hey, I need to talk to so-and-so. Let's see what we can do. So we've got that class coming up May 30th, and it's going to be in Bowling Green. It's going to be a few miles down past my house. There's an awesome little community center, the Woodburn Community Center. They've got a super nice building. They've got a big outdoor pavilion and all kinds of room to stretch out and shoot antennas and put those up. And Greg says, awesome. So we got that. And then speaking of lambs and sheep, Sunday morning right before church, I went out and I looked, and I was like, it looks like something else is down there. So I ran down there real quick, looked. We had a Saturday night / Sunday morning. We had a set of twins born, a male and a female from one of our ewes, and then we had a single male. And the dudes are just pretty as can be, healthy, running around, doing all that. And yesterday afternoon, I was doing some stuff, and I came back to the shop, and I looked, and I couldn't find one of the twins. So I started looking around. The mom had tucked him in over by a stump, and I found him, and I was like, hey, he was fine. I was like, I'm going to take you back to your mom. So I picked him up and was holding him underneath my arm, walked back over to the other sheep, and I went to put him down. I looked on my sleeve of my hoodie, and he had just pooped. I mean, and it was that nasty, like first gooey baby poop. And it was all over my sleeve, all on the side, and it pooped right on my pocket. And it had got my pocket knife, and my flashlight was just covered in that gooey, nasty lamb poop. And I'm like, crap. And it was down my leg. I'm like, thanks. I was like, I was doing you a solid, and then you just crap all over me. So I run up to the house, change my hoodie, change my pants, and washing my knife and my flashlight and all this. And like my wife comes home, and she's like, why is your knife sitting there, and why is your flashlight taken apart? And I told her, I was like, the lamb crapped on me. And she got a kick out of it. I was like, yeah, it's kind of funny, but not funny. So Tim Hughes, good morning. Staying warm. Yes, I'm going to stay warm. So we had three lambs born this weekend. We've got one other ewe to go, and I'm hoping she drops twins. So if she drops twins, then we're looking at 150% lambing rate. So you always like shooting for 150% lambing rate, somewhere around there, which will be nice. I'm excited if we can get that. So, and then I'm going to refresh this and see what it is right now. All right. Right now, silver is at $96.08. Who put a 1 in the comments if you think silver is going to break $100 an ounce this week? I think it will break $100 an ounce this week. So stick it in the chat. Stick a 1 in the chat if you think silver is going to break $100 an ounce this week. I think it's going to. So I don't think it's going to go to like $1,000 an ounce of what people are saying. A lot of people are like, oh, it's going to go to $300 an ounce in a month, and then by the end of the year, it's going to break $1,000 an ounce. I don't know. I just don't see it doing that. And Hatfield Homestead is here. Swackham said yes. Sharon said yes. All right. So I think it'll do it. All right. Last thing, and then we'll get into the topic. This fabulous hoodie that I've got on, we have got those on the website. The other guy that was doing our shirts for us, he had some problems going on in his business. I don't know what happened, all the logistics and crap like that, but I was like, I am finding another t-shirt guy. We had to have some t-shirts done for somebody that's helping us do some stuff. So I found another t-shirt guy, talked to him, and I was like, can I run by your place and check it out? He's like, man, he said, I do it. He said, I do it at a shop at my house. And I'm like, cool, can I come by? He gave me his address, and I looked, and I was like, heck, you're like 2 miles from me. So I rode over there, met Chris, awesome guy, does amazing t-shirts. And I'm like, do these shirts for me and let's see how they turn out. So he printed the shirts real quick that I needed for the other person that needed them. And I was like, will you start doing all our shirts for us? And he was like, yes, 100% I will. So we got him. He came up, got me the pictures and everything laid out. And I was like, we're going to do these. These shirts are custom printed for you. So if you order a shirt, it's going to take a few days to get it printed because I want to print them as we go. And then that way, you know, we're not holding a big bunch of inventory and it's easier. They're 2 miles down the road. He calls me when they're done. And you can get them and we'll ship them out to you. But it's going to take a few days to get them done. So if you order one today, it's not going to ship out today. But we've got it. And he also redid the wood chipper shirt for me, the compost pedophile shirt. So we've got the wood chipper 2.0 t-shirt is out. It's an OD green. We've got that. He's going to print me one of the new ones up today. And then he's also, if you're interested, we can do that in a hoodie. I've just got to let him get the picture for it put on the hoodie, and then I'll get that up today. So the swag store is open, and it is ready to go. So, guys, if you want some shirts, and also the festival shirts are on there. So if you're coming to the festival and you want a T-shirt to wear for it, you can order the festival t-shirts. This year they're Shelly picked the color, so if you don't like it, you can fuss at her. It's like a dark heather gray. It's real pretty. It's got the logo big on the front of it, and it says festival. Good looking shirt. I'm gonna go ahead and order one and probably wear it and show it to y'all. So all right, winter storm prep stuff. We're gonna get some weather. It looks like the whole Southeast is just going to get hammered with this. Bill, good morning. It looks like the whole Southeast is going to get hammered. And some people are making predictions on what everybody's going to get, but we're still sitting here. We're still sitting here, you know, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is when it's going to come. So we're several days out. So people don't 100% know for sure. And Michael Hamilton, hey, Michael, thanks for jumping in. I hadn't seen you in a few minutes. Just checking in. Been real busy. 153 inches of snow. Y'all be safe with the weather coming. Hey, you be safe with 153 inches of snow because Michael's in Michigan. Good night. Man, I tell you what, 153 inches of snow, I would just look outside if you could see out the windows and be like, screw this. I'm getting the first plane ticket out of here. I just would not do that. So, but all right, the winter weather stuff. We know it's going to come. We don't know exactly where it's going to track, you know, whether if we're going to get 5 inches or if we're going to get 50 inches kind of thing. But they're saying, like, I've looked on my phone app. When you pull it up on your iPhone, you can look. The iPhone says on Saturday, we're going to get 9 inches. The Weather Channel and the Weather Channel's website, I mean, it took me, no kidding, like 5 minutes to get the forecast because of all the pop-ups and the stupid stuff going on. I'm going to find a better website than weather.com. It sucked. But the weather said on Saturday during the day, and this is for Bowling Green, 5 to 8 inches of snow on Saturday, 3 to 5 on Saturday night, and an additional 1 to 3 Sunday morning. So I don't know. We might wind up with 12 inches of snow. Who knows? It's going to be kind of crazy. Cuck V says, I got over a foot of snow from Saturday afternoon through yesterday, 2 to 4 inches more tonight. See, y'all Michigan people are equipped for this. Us Kentucky people, it's like, we don't deal with this. People freak out if it just gets a little dusting kind of thing. And people run, when they say snow around here, everybody runs to the grocery store. They get milk and bread and eggs. And it's like, are y'all going to have like a French toast party or what? I just don't understand it. We've got everything we need. It could snow, and I'd sit back and just be like, okay, whatever. So, but there's some stuff we need to do to prep for it. Came up with some lists and some stuff like that. So we've got it coming. We don't know if we're going to wind up getting snow, ice, what we're going to do. AccuWeather is pretty good. I will check AccuWeather. Honestly, I like watching Ryan Hall. So, but he's not always giving the forecast up to date, and I like to pull it up sometime. And then Miss Sharon said milk sandwiches. Yeah. And Bill's down around Jackson, Tennessee. He said, we're forecasted to have 9 through 11 inches of snow on Saturday and about 2/10 of ice in a wintry mix tomorrow. Yeah, we're supposed to get a little bit of wintry mix tomorrow. It's not supposed to accumulate too much. So, then Swackham, never understood the milk and bread. Personally, I have protein. Yeah, I'm grabbing like bacon and sausage and chicken wings and all that kind of stuff. Pig getting its wings. And then, yeah, Homestead twins. Michael, you need to talk to Michael, and you need to talk to Cuck V, because I don't know. Y'all are all in Michigan, and y'all can start having some little Michigan party up there or something. All right. So we got it. What and everything. Lawrence McCoy's here. It's too cold for Lawrence. Lawrence is a union Mason, and I know it's too cold for Lawrence, so that's why he's on here. Lawrence, is it too cold for you to do anything? So throw some antifreeze in the mortar and roll with it. That's what everybody else does. So, I mean, we know when the snow and the ice and all this kind of stuff goes, the roads get bad, the stores are going to get wiped out, there won't be any bread and milk, and then help is going to get delayed. Inside work is what Lawrence is doing. Throw the antifreeze to it anyway and roll. So, I mean, we know it's going to get bad. And then, of course, people in Kentucky, they can't drive for crap. I mean, you get a half inch of snow and people are having wrecks like it's, stupidness. So people in Bowling Green and right around here can't drive anyway. So we've got plenty of time for it. The winter storms can kind of be chaotic and they can be dangerous because, I mean, they're going to create isolation. You can't get out. Maybe everything's normal, but you just can't get out. Some people have to go places all the time. I'm fine staying at my house, all the time and doing stuff like that. But I mean, you're looking at power loss kind of thing, especially if we get a lot of ice. I think a 1/4 inch of ice and enough wind can start snapping power lines. And I think if you get 1/10 and you get heavy enough winds, it can start snapping power lines. So you look at that, you got power loss on stuff. If we get just snow, you're probably not going to have a big power loss. Frozen pipes, it's going to be cold. So look at that. Make sure, you've got a way to heat your house so your pipes don't freeze and burst everywhere like Texas several years ago. You got limited access. It's going to limit your access. If we're looking at like a foot of snow around here, around Warren County, Bowling Green is not equipped to do a foot of snow. I was talking to the manager at Sherwin-Williams yesterday, and I was talking to her. I was like, man, if we get a foot of snow, we're like war gaming what Bowling Green would look like. I was like, you've got the state road department. I was like, they're going to make a trek up Three Springs Road to get to the interstate. They're going to be clearing the interstate and the parkways. I said, that will start their main thing. I was like, the city and the county, they might get Scottsville Road cleared out. I was like, but everything else, it's going to be days before they get it done. So you're looking limited access on stuff. So then that way, that's going to slow emergency response services. You know, you're looking police, EMS, fire, all that stuff are going to be slowed down. So watch about that. That's where you need medical supplies at your house. Have the stuff ready to go. Know how to do basic medical stuff. Deliveries are going to stop. You know, is Instacart still around? I don't know if that is or not. That just popped into mind. But Amazon's not going to be running. Those guys aren't going to be coming to your house. You're not going to be able to order your stuff and next day get it. Kroger pickup. You're not going to be able to do Kroger pickup. All that kind of stuff. UPS, all that will be done. That's when you get smaller problems are going to turn into bigger stuff. Think about this. If you've got a medical emergency, and I just saw the sheep walk by. If you got a medical emergency, even if it's a minor medical emergency that you need to go somewhere for something, it's like, hey, we can't get there. The ambulance is not going to get here. Yeah, you could do a telehealth with your doctor if your doctor is even able to get to the office. But then if you need to go to the pharmacy to get medicine, you might not be able to get out there. So go ahead. That's one thing. Go ahead. If you're going to have prescriptions you take every day and you don't have enough to get you through, you know, the next 2 weeks, get those jokers and go ahead and refill that thing. And let's jump in the chat. And Swackham says they can't drive in Eastern Kentucky either. Yeah. And Cuckbee, there's a 100 vehicle pileup yesterday about 30 miles southwest of me. Dang. That's a big pileup. And Miss Sharon, everybody in South Carolina jumps in the ditch if they see anything white coming down. Hey, there are people here that do the same thing. It's just it's stupid. I don't understand how people can't drive. Pilgrim, good morning. But yeah, I don't understand how people can't drive. It's like it's not that hard to drive in this stuff. I mean, and of course, I would rather drive in a bunch of snow than I would, you know, do ice whatsoever. I hate ice. Ice is fun if you're in a parking lot and you want to cut donuts, but trying to drive in ice kind of sucks. And cut me. Fill your fuel tank on your vehicle before this weekend. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the big thing. Have those vehicles fired up, ready to go. And Miss Sharon, if you can't drive, just don't. 100%. And then Dana says the propane delivery came last Friday. Yeah, I filled my tank up like a month ago is when we went ahead and just topped all mine off. And it wasn't necessarily too awful bad. I mean, propane's a pretty stinking good deal in my opinion. All right. Let's get the house ready. We've got time. This thing's not going to come in until Friday. So we've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We pretty much got like 4 days to get everything ready. So ask yourself, can you stay warm if the power goes out? How do you got the backup heat? Do you have a wood stove? Do you have the little buddy heaters? Do you have some other kind of alternative fuel for this? Another thing, are all your windows and doors sealed? Go around and look and see, do you need new weather stripping on some of your doors? I mean, that's one of the biggest things. Look at your front door, any of your exterior doors. Look at the weather sealing on that. Do we have good enough stuff for that? If your power is going to go out and you don't have an effective way to heat the whole house, think about closing some of the rooms off and doing it. Do you have extra blankets? Do you have extra quilts? Layer clothing. You know, if the power goes out, we're not all going to be running around in our cargo shirts and t-shirts. It's going to be like, hey, you've got your pants on, maybe some long underwear, and you've got your hoodie on, and maybe a jacket if you need to. Figure out right now, and you should know in your house which rooms are warmer than others and which ones hold heat a little bit better. Figure that out. I'll tell you, one of the big things is if you've got extra blankets, hang those things up on the windows. That's just another layer of insulation between the outside and the inside of your house. So, I mean, you can do that. Hang big, thick blankets up. And then, you know, there's a thing between luxury heat and survival heat. You know, luxury heat is what we got right now. It's like, ooh, it's a little cool. Let's turn it up to 72 if we need to. But survival warmth is like, hey, we're not going to freeze to death. The pipes aren't going to burst and everybody's doing pretty good. We survived this deal. So look at that. I mean, I look, we put new front doors in for people all the time. And it's like, when I go and look at it, the weather stripping's toast on a lot of these old doors, stuff like that. So look at it, weather stripping. I mean, dude, you can run to Lowe's today and get weather stripping and put weather stripping on all your newer doors, the weather stripping all the way around. You can literally take and pull that stuff out and slide new weather stripping back in there in a matter. I mean, I can do like a French door, a double French door. You can do that in like 10 minutes and be done. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to cut down a whole bunch of stuff like that. And Miss Sharon said, our main problem will be water. Yes. Once it gets too cold, you got to look. Water. I mean, have enough water. And then especially if it's going to be bone chilling cold, it's like, hey, we got rain catchment. Maybe you need to bring some of that water inside. Think about that. And Bill says, cutting wood is on my list of things to get done today. Yep. The nice thing about wood, it warms you. Technically, it warms you 3 times. It warms you once when you're out cutting it and bringing it in. The second time, it warms you when you're splitting it. And the third time, it warms you is when you're burning it. So, all right, check on that. Check on your house. Make sure you've got some backup power. Look at those windows and doors and make sure you're covered on those. Power and lighting. Do we have this where it comes in where you've got your generator? When was the last time, if within the last month, Ray, or put a number 1 in the chat. Put a number 1 in the chat if within the last month you've taken your generator or generators and fired those up and ran them with an actual load on it. It's not just cool to run your generator and let it start and sit there and run. You need to put some kind of load. I'm not talking max the generator out. I'm talking take it and, put it under half load, something like that, any kind of stuff. I usually take mine. I've got a big air compressor in the shop. I'll usually plug my air compressor up into it and pull the thing and let it run. And then it's a pretty good load on the generators, but get your generator out and run that thing. And also run non-ethanol fuel in these things. I mean, if you're going to let them set just a little bit, run non-ethanol fuel in it just to help you out. We always run, it's a little bit more expensive. And in a pinch, I would run ethanol fuel in it, but we've got cans that are dedicated for the generators that are non-ethanol. And Swackham says, I haven't. Thanks for the reminder. And Miss Sharon says, I wish I had a generator. Miss Sharon, you need to check on some of the Predator series of generators. They've got some smaller ones that are pretty stinking cheap. So look at some of those. And Pilgrim, I got to drag mine out too. That's one of the things. It's been at least a month since I started mine. So that's one of the things that I've got to do today is pull all the generators out. We've got 4 generators, so I'm going to pull all 4 of them out, start them up, let them run, stick a load on it, and make sure we're set and ready to go, because I'll probably have to take one to my mom's house. And if they lose power down there, I'll take one down there and run for her, make sure everything's good. But yeah, Miss Sharon, it's the Predator series from Harbor Freight. They've got some pretty nice ones that are inexpensive. Cuck B says, I got 30 gallons of wreck gas on hand. Yeah. And Bill says, another thing on my list is to refill all my gas cans. I just emptied the last 3 5-gallon cans yesterday. Yeah, that with the generators, look at it, get them out, get them ready, run them under a load. And then also all the things for your generator. Make sure, if we've got a foot of snow on the ground, I don't want to go back and forth to the shop and stuff. I want all my stuff up here to where I'm not trudging through that crap. So make sure you've got all your extension cords where you want them. And then also, if you got an extension cord buried, you're using it for something else, it's going to be a pain to find that extension cord in the snow. So get all your extension cords out, all your power strips and everything. Have those things setting to where you know where they're at and you can just grab them. Also, we've talked about the fuel. Make sure you've got plenty of fuel, whether you're running gas, you're running diesel, you're running propane. Look at that. Have all that stuff ready. And Cuck V, the Duramax generators are good also. Yes, I've seen a lot of good stuff with the Duramax. I don't own one personally. I've got a, oh crap, what is it? I've got two that I bought, and I forgot what brand they are. They're the ones that Tractor Supply sells. I've got two of those. I've got one, I think it's like a 10 kW, and then I've got their smaller Sportsman series, which I think it's like a 3,500 watt. And then I've got a I've got a Coleman that I've had that thing probably 20 years, that I bought probably 20 years ago. I bought it. I think it's like a 7,000 watt, and it's a Coleman. Got it from Lowe's. And then I've got a 3,500 watt. It's a single cylinder Ona diesel. That was a military generator. I call it Old Smoky because, man, that thing can set for months and months and months. And you turn the little joker to cold start, pull it a couple times, and that thing fires right up. I mean, she fires right up, reliable as can be, but she smokes for like 5 minutes. I mean, just blows out this god awful black smoke for like 5 minutes. And then after that, she just hums like a champ. And I love that generator. It's never failed me. The only thing I've ever done to it is I had to put new fuel lines on it because they were brittle. But yeah, make sure you got fuel and everything. Charge everything up. If you've got your solar generators and your little power stations and, you know, all the little things like this and everything, get those jokers out and charge them. Charge those jokers up. Make sure they're ready to go. Make sure you know where all your little cords and stuff like that are. Patty's here. Good morning, Patty. Set out the lanterns and the flashlights. If you've got oil lamps and stuff like that, get those things out, know where they're at, fill them up, have them setting where you can grab those things and use them. All your flashlights, make sure you've got your batteries. If you've got rechargeable batteries like your Pale Blue Earths or something like that, make sure your batteries are charged. Make sure you've got extra backup batteries for it. Oxford Kimmy, howdy from Kansas. Good morning. I don't think I've seen you in here before, but hey, I appreciate it. Yeah, make sure you've got all your batteries ready to go. And all your flashlights. Make sure your flashlights work, you know, especially if a sheep has pooped on those things. Make sure the flashlights work. So avoid just having, you know, one source of power. Redundancy, you know. I'm going to use my solar generator a bunch. When I get done here, I'm going to pull it out, plug it in, make sure it's topped all the way off. And then some of my other little units, we're going to go ahead and plug those in and make sure they work. Cuckbee, I own 10,000 startup and 8,000 continuous watt Duramax. It's probably 15 years old and has a 240 volt, 50 amp plug. Yeah, see, with one of those jokers, you can run a well pump. And I mean, heck, with a 50 amp plug, you can run a lot of stuff. Swackum, I've got it's the Anchor Solex 3800 model, I think is what it is. Yeah, it's Anchor Solex 3800. It's one of their bigger solar generators. I got it from Signature Solar. I like it, and I've got a set of a 400 watt set of panels for it that I can charge it. That one's actually got a 220 volt plug. I have not used it for 220 yet. I need to get it out one day and like plug the dryer into it and see what it would do with the dryer. That would be cool to see. So yeah, Patty, you need to talk to her. They might be close to you because both of y'all are in Kansas. Look, we've got people from Michigan that are trying to talk to each other, and then we got people from Kansas trying to talk to each other. This is like match for preppers kind of thing, or homesteaders. So, all right, guys, water pipes. Make sure with the backup heat at your house, make sure you've got enough heat to keep these water pipes from freezing. And if it gets to a point to where you're looking like, holy crap, we're not going to be able to heat this house, you need to shut the water off in your house and drain the lines. That's one of the things. Go out to if you don't have a shut off, inside the house, which you should have a shut off inside your house. Shut that off, drain the lowest point. Typically the lowest point for the drains in the house is going to be your outside spigots. So drain those and drain those to make sure your water lines don't burst. And Chantel says, no running water, no problem. Swack them. I tell you what, I think we've got some people in Southeastern. We got some people close to Laurel County. We'll see. I tell you what you need to do. Are you coming to the Homestead meetup the 31st? If you're coming, it would be a good time for you. I don't think we'll have anybody close to Laurel County, but we'll have maybe some people close in Columbia, kind of around in there. So you need to get to the Homestead meetup. Lawrence says, I can't wait to be snowed in. I tell you what, I'm going to go drive in it. If we get a foot of snow, I'm going to go have some fun and drive in it. I've got another thing Swackham won't be able to. Hey, we'll have some more. Don't worry about that. But, yeah, get your water shut off before we forget that. Get the water. If you can't keep the house warm, shut the water off, drain the pipes so you don't have all the devastation going when those jokers freeze. Another thing I'm going to do is take my Bobcat, and usually we leave the Bobcat and the tractor sitting outside, but if it's going to be like horrible snow and stuff like that, we'll fire the Bobcat and the tractor and pull those in the shop to where they stay halfway or a little bit warmer and they're not just covered in snow. So I'll probably use the tractor and move snow with the tractor and go grade our road, that kind of stuff. Swackham says, I'm going to try and come back to the festival. I hope you do. The festival is going to be good. Hey, if you need tickets for the festival, you can get the tickets. I made those to where you can buy those now on the interwebs. And then also you can grab a shirt if you need to, because we got the festival shirts for sale and all the other swag stuff is up there too. All right. Water pipes, food. Guys, we got to have, if you've got your wood stove, boom, you've got a way to cook. Stick some chili on top of that wood stove. Make you some chili. That stuff will keep it warm. Or you can make some chicken soup. Some chicken soup sounds good. All right. What you want to focus on as far as meal prep and stuff like that, easy meals, easy stuff to do, especially if you don't have power. It's kind of crazy to go out and fire up the generator to cook a big 5-course meal and have the generator run for an hour or two while you're cooking. Have something easy to fix, minimal cooking, and of course, it goes back to the whole thing, foods you already eat. Don't go buy a bunch of emergency food that you don't usually eat because you're probably not going to eat the stuff. You're going to take a bite of it and be like, this stuff sucks. This stuff sucks. I'm not going to eat it, and I just spent $500 on all this kind of emergency food. So just like I said, examples of stuff, soups and stews. I mean, there's nothing better than have a wood stove going with chili sitting on top of it. That stuff is easy to fix. You can keep it on the heat, get what you want when you need it. Canned proteins. You don't have to refrigerate those. Those things are shelf stable. You can heat those up pretty easy and you're set and ready to go. And of course, comfort foods. Make sure you got some Hershey's chocolate and some, gummy bears and some other crap for the kids. Make sure you got some comfort food on the stuff. And also look at it, can I cook without power? Can I boil water if I need to? Look at that kind of stuff. Cold weather kind of drains calories a little faster than a lot of stuff. So think about that. I mean, especially look at it when you're going out caring for animals. And we're going to get to that in a minute. If you're going out having to break ice and trudge through a foot of snow, man, it's going to suck to walk down to the shop or the barn or wherever. It's going to take you a lot more calories. So you're going to be running some calories. Let me see. And Bill says, it'll run the well pump in 3 households with lights and refrigerators and freezers. I left it in Oregon at my place, so my mom and sister have emergency power. That's good. And then look, Oxford Kimma and Miss Hacks, they saw each other and they didn't even know it. Look at that. All right. This is the part that when we get a bunch of snow and it gets super cold, this is the part that I don't like, is dealing with the animals. truth in advertising. It kind of sucks going down, making sure that the water troughs aren't, frozen. Everybody's got good bedding. Everybody's safe and ready to go. You just look outside and you're just like, man, there's all kinds of snow. It's freezing cold. I hate going out there. But that's part of it. Before the storm hits, some stuff you want to do, bring your feed closer. If you're going to have to move, and I know the Michigan guys are laughing, but it's like, if you're going to have to move bales of hay during all this snow, go ahead and get these bales moved right now. Get them staged where they need to go. It's going to be a lot easier to do it now when there's no snow on the ground than if you've got a foot of snow. It's not going to be fun. But bring extra feed and hay closer to where it's going to go. Get your, secure your water sources the way you're going to do it. Get that stuff ready to go. Pull all of your hoses and get those ready to go where they're drained out. Typically this time of year, I've got like 3 hoses I rotate around, and I always pull those jokers. Up and let them all drain out. So then that way I can go down there. I mean, it's 15 outside right now. I can go down there, hook one of those hoses up, fill the water trough up. And then as soon as I'm done, I pull the hose back up the hill and it drains everything out for the next day. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't get above freezing for the day, because that hose drains out sitting on that hill. Justin says, hey, I'm fairly close to you. I'm across the river in Indiana. Hey, Justin, you need to run to the website and sign up to come to the Homestead meetup. We've got the Homestead meetup January 31st. It's in Bowling Green. It's free to come. Dana is in here somewhere. Dana is going to be doing fermentation workshop for us. And then Josh is going to be doing a winemaking class that Saturday. We're going to have like a potluck lunch. Everybody brings some food, hang out. So Justin, since you're so close, get down here. It's on the website. If you look at it under, let me see. If you look under training on the website, it's there. Do it, sign up for that, and come hang out with us for the day. Then Bill said, I'm fortunate enough to have my shop and animals less than 100 feet from the house. I've had a fire going in the shop for nearly a week now, 24/7. Yep. I need to go fire up my wood stove and get it going down in the shop. I hadn't burned anything in a while. But secure your water sources. Make sure your shelters are good and they're going to block the wind. In your chicken coops, it might be a good time to go ahead and get those jokers, tightened up just a little bit, get the drafts out of it. Make sure your animals have plenty of bedding and stuff like that. Do that. Go ahead and check the fences, all your gates. Just check that stuff. Make sure it's ready to go. Your roofs. Make sure you've got plenty of water heaters for your animals to keep everything thawed out. Animals depend on you being ahead of the weather. Let's be proactive instead of reactive on it. And then Dana says, we're going to talk about sauerkraut, talk about kombucha, and make apple brandy. All right. It sounds like we're going to have a hell of a time. I'm excited about that. Patty said she'd drive to the Homestead meetup if my wife would make banana pudding. Hey, I tell you what, the banana pudding, people fight over that stuff. We used to do, we would do, and we still need to do it, but like the speakers and everybody, we would do a dinner the night before the festival, and we would have everybody down here at the house and just hang out. Everybody could meet everybody that was speaking at the festival. And I asked my wife, I was like, honey, will you make a big banana pudding? And she's like, yeah. So she made like a full sheet pan of banana pudding, like one of those 4-inch deep things. And literally Chuck Peoples was one of the last guys, and there was like a little bit left. And Chuck is just like raking the pan out and eating it. And people literally, they would grab their food and they would put their food down. And they would come back and get a huge big thing of banana pudding. And they're like, is this a banana pudding everybody's been talking about? And I'm like, yeah. We went through a whole one of those, and people were like, is there not more? And I was like, dude, it took like forever and a day for her to make that thing. So I don't know if Whitney will make banana pudding for that. I can ask her. She is upstairs, and we might ask her when this is done. So, all right, guys. One of the big things is I know most of the guys are like 16 and 18-year-olds at heart. I still think I'm 18 years old and want to go do stupid stuff. I love absolutely driving in snow and stuff like that. But if you don't have the ability and know how to drive and do stuff like that, keep your butt at home. Don't go out and drive just for fun. I mean, I'm going to tell you not to go out and drive just for fun, but I'm probably going to go out and drive just for fun because I enjoy doing it. It's fun. I like doing it. And I will probably honestly have to go down to my mom's house, check on her, make sure everything's fine there. If we lose power, I'll take a generator down there. I'll probably have to go to my mother-in-law's because she's already talked to my wife and been like, what am I going to do if we lose power? And I'm like, great. My brother's got 2 generators, so he's pretty self-sufficient. But stay put and don't, especially if we've got a ton of ice, don't be driving out on ice. That's just stupid. I kind of draw the line at driving if it's just a whole bunch of ice. But don't drive unless you absolutely have to. Conserve energy and check on the neighbors. Make sure your neighbors, and this should be going back to what we always talk about, know your neighbors. Check on your neighbors. Make sure they're fine. If they need a generator, let them borrow a generator. Or if you're close enough in a neighborhood, run an extension cord over there. Make sure they've got a little bit of power for something. Check on them, help them out. But that's some stuff you can do. I mean, we've got 4 days. We got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, we got 3.5, 4 days to get ready. Guys, we can get all this stuff done. I'm going to spend a lot of the time doing it today. I've got a bunch of orders to pack up and shoot out today and run them by the UPS store and get that going. Then I've got some other stuff to do. But after that, it's going to be firing generators up, getting all that fun stuff going. But guys, you've got time. Get this stuff going. Then Cuck B, if it's whiteout conditions, stay home unless you have somewhere to go. Yeah, 100%. Don't just get out and drive for fun. Oh, and another thing, communications. If we've got major power outages because of ice and stuff like that and the snow, comms stuff. Do you have your comms plan ready to go? That's another thing. And I totally forgot. I had it written down here. After I did all the stuff on the laptop, I was like, I didn't talk about comms, and I just now saw it. But yeah, communication stuff. Think about this. You've got to have a backup way to talk to people and communicate with your friends, family, and people in your group. So look at that. Do you have your comms stuff ready? That's another thing. I mean, we got the comms class coming up in May. So look about doing that. Get your comms on point. If you need radios, we've got pre-programmed radio packages. They are setting on the shelf. I'm looking at 2 base stations right now that are sweet base stations. There's a, what is it? There's a TYT 9800 and a TYT 8600 that are setting up there that need homes. Those are nice radios. I've got the 7800 that was out before the 9800. I like it. I need to get a 9800 just because the 9800 will do 6 meter and 10 meter. And I want to do that. So I'm going to order me a 9800 pretty soon for my personal stash. But yeah, guys, check out the comms, look at it. Make sure you've got a way to talk to people. And 2, even just on your homestead, make sure you've got a way to talk to people. If somebody's up at the house and somebody's on the back 40 and you've got a problem, you got the radio into them and talk to them with just the handhelds like these fine things. So let's see. Bill said, people here can't drive when it's 70 and sunny. I grew up driving in bad weather, but I ain't going around other people who can't drive in good weather. Hey, I'm 100% too on that. It's like I can drive fine. I'm not worried about my ability. I'm worried about the other people around me. And my dad had told me that years ago. He's like, he said, I'm not worried about you, the way you drive. I'm worried about the way the other people are driving and if they're going to hit you. So, all right, guys, if you need anything, well, pre-storm checklist is another thing I got. Ask yourself, can you stay at home 3 to 5 days? Do you have heat, food, water, and light? You got that stuff. Are your animals secure? I mean, can you make sure you can take care of your animals? Are your pipes protected? Fix the first weak point and then move on. So look at that. Get it going. You've got 3.5, 4 days to get this stuff done. A lot of this stuff doesn't even really cost anything. It's just, hey, we need to get out and get this stuff done. Do the small things now. You've got plenty of time. So, guys, I'm going to go practice what I preach and get some of this stuff done. Man, I appreciate all of you being here. If you need the Wood Chipper 2.0 shirt, it is on the website. It'll take a few days to get it printed because we custom print. Those things when people order them. But go check out all the swag. And guys, Shelly and I will be back here. We'll be here Wednesday night. We'll be here Wednesday night with the Homestead HQ podcast. And then I will be back here Friday morning. And I want to know what everybody's done on Friday morning. I'm going to ask y'all what y'all did to get ready for the storm. And I want to know what you did. But guys, I got some stuff to do. I appreciate it. And guys, be careful. And I'll see y'all Wednesday night. See y'all later. Bye.